But we don't know. Still working out the kinks. Back at 10:04. This is starting to hurt. I'm not sure I like that. Or it's sustainable. Probably better off with earplugs anyway. Probably just have to ride it out all the way over here, around and up and through both ears. Or that'd be a huge, huge pain. I'll probably do the in-ear thing and just route. Oh, actually, I could go down and up and in. I didn't have that door on it. That'd be the easiest way to actually do that. Instacam. Manufacturers. Android. Okay. Start browsing popular online cams. Whoa, live camera in Tokyo, Japan. What? What are we looking at here? I have no clue what that is. And it's tomorrow there already. What, connect into it? Am I strapped up? Yep. Getting there. Not secure. And it's in JPEG. Whoa, network camera. Okay. All right, we're live. This is a bird box. This is absolutely the inside of a bird box. Not only that, it's a bird box from 11 a.m. tomorrow. This is a future bird box. Or it's a massive wooden cave with a lot of debris. Let's see what else they got. Um, Contacts, live cameras by rating. Do we have? Here we go. Countries. Check out what's going on in our own backyard. Live camera in Houston, Holland, United States, Las Vegas. That's just empty. Hey, yo. What are we looking at here? It's motion JPEG or MPEG 4. What kind of transport stream is MPEG 4? I think it's just okay, international standards. I know that by ISO. Okay, it absorbs many of the features of MPEG 1 and MPEG 2 and other related standards, adding new features such as extended VRML, support for 3D rendering, virtual reality modeling language. Okay. All right, this is from today. Eastern time zone. What am I looking at here? PLCs? There's like breadboards. Okay. Bingham, Binghamton. Binghamton, but Binghamton. Okay, Monterey, Evansville, Indiana? Gotta be. Ooh, we gotta clean that up. Village of North Aurora, Indiana. I called it. A few other cams in Indiana. What we got in Indiana? It's a cam. Logansport, Indianapolis. No, let's see. Going down some other places right now. Let's check this out. We already checked out New York City. I'm gonna go forward. Chicago. Do we have any feeds of DC? Let's see. Washington. Might be Washington State. Yeah. Maryland probably. Nope. Nothing in Maryland. You probably can't look at IP cameras in DC. There's no way. Okay, what other, let's see, camera tracking, Instacam, world webcams, Earthcam. So you got world webcams. Okay, new. Okay, this one's cool because you can do by map. All right. You guys center it up there. Okay. So we zoom out. Gotta be. Let's see what we got going on. Oops, smack dab. Oh, we got a lot going on. Okay. So in the DC area, okay, Arlington. Yeah, I'm going right there. Pentagon City. Let's check out and see what's happening there. Okay. Highways are kind of dead. Actually, I gotta link my Twitch. Sub on Blue Sky. Hmm. Let me log into this real quick. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Fix that. We want to do and okay. Like that. All right. Okay. What are we doing? We're looking at cameras. Using. Japan was most popular. Why is everyone looking in Japan? think that link works. That link to anything? Yeah, that's me. Okay. Check out socials for a second. What do we have going on here? What's Kojima doing? Dude, he's so cool. Every time I see him, I'm just like, wish I could be that cool. Webcam player, world webcams. This doesn't look too crazy. These are all just traffic. Unless Lincoln Memorial is post up. I don't know if we can. This is the world webcams. That one was cool, but you just can't like drop into it. This one just looks like a nice day. Let's check it out. Whoa. Okay. Just a Panasonic screen. I think it dropped off. BB-HCM 580. No, probably not. Let's see. This Linux training set. Oh, this is old school. I forgot about this. Okay. Fundamentals PDF. Oh, it's free documentation. Okay, that's pretty cool. Live train tracker. Here we go. Support combine maps of many aspects of public transport and mobility in general, real-time vehicle positions, line network plans, transit maps, fare networks, location and detailed information on stations. Okay, yeah, hide it next startup. What do we got going on? I would go over here, but as you can see, we don't have many trains happening, which is disappointing. We got trains in St. Louis. This has got to be the can check it. All right, Salt Lake City. Oh, here we go. Draper Station. All right. The South Jordan Station. All right, that runs straight through Utah. Okay. Is this different from the open railway map? Whoa, man, dude, look at this. Look at the difference. This is a pro. Over here. This is a pro train stream. Don't get it twisted. Actually, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna check out a hard drive that I found. Do it. I'm gonna plug it in, see what happens. All right, now looking at my sign in. Okay. What this means is I never get those browser notifications. All packages. Let's check for updates. A download station. What is this? Web-based application. We're going dark mode. There's no reason to blind you guys with this. There you go. Web-based application download files from the internet through BTP, FTP. Oh, okay. RSS feeds keep you updated on the hottest or latest BT. It offers the auto unzip service to help you extract compressed files to your NAS wherever files are downloaded. With Download Station, you can download files. Okay. Well, it's kind of like a different version of what I have, but 42 million downloads. And you got to think this is all through Synology, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna plug it in. Let's take a look. Oh, this means I need to unplug something now. Hang on. Might not work. Let me see. Probably need a flashlight back there. Elgato device. So that probably wouldn't work actually, because that's my entire system. Or no, I'm plugging right into my NAS. Or, yep, should be good. Alright, check this out. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Boop. Alright, I know at least. Yeah, that should be alright. But the other one. Correct. Yep, it is. This thing has crazy terabyte storage on it. I'll probably just use the backup actually. See what happens. Yep, there it is. Initializing. Normal. All right. File station. Gotta be in here. Unless. Yeah, this is it. Okay. These are just documentaries. Cuban Missile Crisis. Oh, it downloads it right away. Check it out.
October 1962. The United States Strategic Air Command moves the American military to Defense Condition 2, one step away from nuclear war. In the U.S. and Moscow, accusations and denials.
I'm prepared to wait for my answer until hell freezes over.
U.S.
Does not show the
forces
VLT?
are poised for a massive attack, while at sea,
Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know why.
and on land, nuclear weapons are in the hands of
Oh, it's probably
captains and
protected.
majors.
Okay, I just learned about this.
Called upon to use a weapon, we would have fulfilled our orders.
We're going to throw the Soviets out of there and, teach them this is our hemisphere. And we're going to do away with Castro once and for all.
The attention of the world is on the island nation of Cuba. In the White House and the Kremlin, lack of sleep, lack of communication.
The question that was raised, who's in charge in the Soviet Union? That's when things really get dangerous.
At stake is the fate of the entire world. There is little doubt that this war, if it comes, will be nuclear.
There was panic. There's no two ways about it. People thought that this was a real thing.
DEFCON 2, the highest state of U.S. military readiness, short of nuclear war.
Let's crop that, I think.
Critical move. At the secret number 1, SA-2 SAMs are capable of shooting down U-2 aircraft. Problem number 2.
Maybe there are. Oh, documentary about moonshiners. Pretty interesting.
Marshall tried to arrest
Oh,
as
this
the
will be cool.
Scots-Irish frontiersmen spread south through the wilderness. One of the few possessions they brought,
It's just handed down.
a region of rocky hills, right in the way he predicted articles, books, and film.
Buster Keaton.
To tackle the 40-mile stretch, engineers designed a system of long, winding switchbacks and tunnels, producing a
Always ahead of it.
gentle chafe and even formed his own
All right, this will be fun. Delete these for now. But we do have that kind of backup going, so that's pretty sweet. As long as we have that, we'll be good. Logs and research. Oh yeah, we can play some Bellingcat. Hang on just a second. Workshops. Okay, I know these. Where's that game they had? What was the rumor though about Bellingcat being associated with the CIA? Was there any merit to that ever? For anyone tuning in or listening, I was always curious about that. Let me look this up. Bellingcat at CIA ties. That's right. I did look this up forever ago. Oh. The Gray Zone. Okay. From the UK. Bellingcat funded by US and UK intelligence contractors that aided extremists in Syria. This is from 2021. Slide this over. Well, if that's the case, that is unfortunate. Okay. The self-styled open source investigations website Bellingcat has cemented itself as the darling of mainstream Western media, with its dives into alleged Syrian government chemical weapon attacks and Russian intelligence operations. CIA officials have declared their love for Bellingcat. Let's click on the link. What is this? FP. What is this publication? Foreign policy. Just okay. Enable officials and lawmakers to discuss. This was, I remember, like, dude, this was like the golden age of, I don't want to say the golden age, but like 2020, or I was gonna say like 2018 through like 2023 was just like the OSINT heydays. Oh, here we go. Unlike intelligence agencies, which often rely on anonymous sources for sensitive investigations, Bellingcat and their Russian partners, The Insider, base their work on cell phone metadata and flight records, which are readily available in Russia's thriving black market of stolen data. Huh. Okay. Ridiculous methodology. Link to link to link. Let's see. Hunting the hunters. Hmm. Let's see something real quick. Personalization. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Fix that. There we go. That might help out everyone on the other sides there for a second. Let's bounce that back. Actually, if I go full screen. No. Oh, unless it's like kind of preferable. Maybe it is. Put in some VG real quick. A background. Okay, there we go. Probably the best I'm getting it. Not too bad though. I'll just have to bounce to this every time I stream from now on. It's not the end of the world, but still. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, did they? Yeah, I bet they did. Well, all right, they got the data right here. I guess it's actually kind of good that I can't see chat right now since I'm getting spammed by kick scammers. Thank you so much, guys. Jesus. Okay, the gray zone. Isn't this? Check out their Instagram. Gray zone news. Oh, okay, they're kind of okay. All right. Gray zone UK, Espanol, subscribe, support. Well, yeah. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Nothing surprising here. Okay. Never heard of this before. Do some investigation of the publication, the Gray Zone publication. Let's see. Uh, ooh. Okay. The Gray Zone is a far left and French American news website and blog. It was founded and is edited by American journalist Max Blumenthal. Why does that name sound familiar? Blah, 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 blah. Blumenthal's regretted for. Okay. I need to see how legit this is. Hang on. Okay. Affiliations. Immigration. All right. In June 2007, Blumenthal attended the Take Back America conference sponsored by the Campaign for America's Future, where he interviewed both reporters of Barack Obama and 9/11 conspiracy theorists. Blumenthal said that the conference organizers were angered by the video and refused to air. That's interesting. That is an overlap I did not know happened a whole lot. Really at all, ever. My light just went out, hang on. Yeah, I really did not know that was ever a thing. I'm actually not sure what I thought that was. A different background. I need my original background. Yup. Window capture, we can enlarge. I don't want you guys to not see. Not see, but not see. NOT space SEE, what I'm looking at. Alright. Oh, yeah, I was reading about this. Okay. There we go. So LLMs versus geolocation, GPT-5 performs worse than other AI models. I read about okay, I heard this title, but I didn't know why it performed worse than the other ones. That's what I was confused about in the first place. Move myself around a little bit here. That's probably the best in this format from here on out. I'd say. Sorry, I'm changing all these around. I'm still getting comfortable with what I'm working on up in here. And now, actually, let's just use my publication banner. Yeah, we'll just keep it like that. I don't need it to be huge, though, is the thing. I just need it to fit the screen. Right there. Perfect. Okay, well, let's find out what was bad. Bellingcat ran 500 geolocation tests comparing the large language models from various companies against each other, as well as Google Lens, a staple tool for finding the location of photos. At the time, ChatGPT o4 Mini High emerged as the clear winner, with Google Lens outperforming most other models. I gotta mess around with that. Just 2 months later, with new versions of these AI tools available, we reran the trial this time, including Google AI Mode, GPT-5 Thinking, and Grok 4. Grok 4. All right, so they got 5 photos. Scroll is insane here. Hang on. 5 photos were excluded from our most recent trial. They were published in our previous. Okay, gotcha. Original test used 25 of Bellingcat's own holiday photos from cities to remote countryside. The images included scenes both with and without recognizable features, such as roads, signage, mountains, or architecture. Images were sourced from every continent. For the updated trial, 5 test photos were excluded as they had appeared in a previous article. That's what I mentioned before. All 24 models' those responses were ranked on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 indicating an accurate and specific identification, such as neighborhood, trailer, landmark, and 0 indicating no attempt to identify the location at all. Okay. Grok deeper search. How many Groks are there? Like versions of it? Interesting. Okay. In the previous trial, most older models, including those from GPT, Claude Gemini, and Grok, accurately identified the country as the Netherlands, but failed to locate the town. Okay, so they're testing photos in these models. I wonder how they prompted them or how you... This is probably one of those things where it's like, it's GPT-5. It built on every part of the model, geolocation included. That's the thing is, like, it's probably just kind of implied that, like, oh, it's a new model. Let's throw this image in there. Let's see what it can do. Can you churn it out? Answer looks like a resounding no. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to make this transfer happen while we're chilling here. I was in that already. There we go. File station. So I got all of these videos. I want to toss this over into media. Oh, yeah, we'll just move it to media. And I'll just call it something else. That's going to be... Yeah, that's going to take a second. I mean, it churns, don't get me wrong. Yeah, 39 minutes. Probably minutes. We got time. Fair enough. Well, oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to research. Let's do this. We'll do this live. Heard earlier, I was listening to a podcast. There's a filmmaker named Kenneth Anger. He was a experimental avant-garde filmmaker. Did a lot of stuff in the kind of big in the 60s. But heard he might have suspected CIA ties. We're gonna check it out. He wrote this book because he was like a big fan of like old Hollywood, and he kind of wrote about like all the depravity behind that went into Hollywood. Yeah, he died old, bro. Well, he lived to be like 92. Like he made it all the way. But okay, let's see. Let's do our Wikipedia. Due diligence on Wikipedia. All right, avant-garde filmmaker Kenneth Anger. Let's just go to his page. Yeah, he died 96. I was wrong. And he belongs to Thelema. We're gonna come back to that. Or practices Thelema, allegedly. Yeah, it says right here. Anger had also explored occult themes in many of his films. He was fascinated by the English occultist Aleister Crowley and an adherent of Thelema, or Thelema, the religion Crowley founded. So that's Crowley, Western esoteric and occult social or can't read tonight, damn. Or spiritual philosophy and a new religious movement founded in the early 1900s by Aleister Crowley, 1875 to 1947. So, okay. Shot his first films when he was 14 years old. Fireworks, 1947. Wait, when was he born? 27. Okay, he shot this in 47. He would have been 20. But he got to work. I wasn't doing shit when I was 20. The work controversial in nature led to his trial on obscenity charge. Yeah, dude, shooting a homoerotic avant-garde short film in 1947? Jesus, yeah. That was brave. Although I don't think I've ever seen this one in 1947. We could watch it. Kenneth Anger, Fireworks. Yeah, 1947, 14 minutes long. Let's see. Just not gonna have it. All right. Straight to YouTube. What I'm talking about. Hey, there's me. All right, check this out. Once again, window capture on TikTok. I'm so sorry. I'll slide this over. Okay.
In fireworks are released all the explosive pyrotechnics of a dream. The inflammable desires, dampened by day under the cold water of consciousness, are ignited at night by the libertarian matches of sleep and burst forth in showers of shimmering incandescence.
All right.
These imaginary displays provide a temporary relief. Suffers from the modern day Netflix problem where films are just too dark. I spoke too soon, that's pretty well lit. Cool score, I like that. Okay,
There's your occultism right away. And for reference, find an example of this. Okay, so the hand. There's a symbol, Hand of Mysteries. And I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, I mean, let's search a hiss, but it's an alchemical symbol representing transformation and journey towards divinity. I love this painting and this symbol. This is kind of the best iteration of it. There's this painting. You got your Be Not Afraids, as I like to call them, around. But oh, Masonic poster from Amazon. Okay. But yeah, so different symbols, that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure it's like an allusion to it, but it's like it's missing the fingers. So maybe he's trying to say something about that. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's him. He had a really distinct kind of furrowed brow. I remember looking at it all the time. Gens. Okay. Right. Man eats his wheeze. Also, row in the middle, up, on top, down. So. Well, it's because he can do a handstand, yeah. Oh no. give you a taste. That's fireworks. Sailor holding a lifeless body. A sleepy man wakes up in a bed and gets dressed. A dreamer walks through a door labeled Gents, finds himself in a bar, admires. Flaming bundle. Okay, he is smoking, interrupted by groups that chase the man and pin him to the ground. They beat the dreamer and reach into his chest and find a ticking meter inside. White liquid pours down. Okay, I'm glad I stopped that when I did. I would have gotten a flag on the play from the streaming powers that be. The dreamer appears with a Christmas tree as a headdress, moving toward a fireplace in which several photographs in the opening shot are burning. The dreamer then appears asleep in a bed next to a man who is radiating light. Okay. Oh, during the Zoot Suit riots, yep, Anger witnessed a group of sailors in white uniforms chase down Mexican men and attack them. He had a persistent dream of men in white uniforms attacking at night, which eventually became a dream about people chasing him. This dream became the premise for fireworks. Interesting. Okay, themes. Anger was a disciple of occult. Okay, so this is when, and shout out to my man Clonny Gosh. I love Parapower Mapping. It's one of my favorite podcasts. I love his work. There's no way he's going to see this, but Anger was a disciple of occultist Aleister Crowley, through whose teachings fireworks can be read. The dreamer in the film follows a symbolic process of death, rebirth, and self-realization similar to the Liber Pyramidos, a ritual for self-initiation in the sense the light sought by the dreamer is a pun playing off of Lucifer. The opening scene in which the sailor carries the lifeless body of the dreamer closely follows the Christian image of the Paisha. Oh, okay, yep. Okay, limitation of Christ. I see what's going on here. Okay, let me get back to this real quick. Oh, messed up. Let's go back. Okay. Anger's camp recreation is emphasized with intense, expressionistic lighting of the subject against the dark background. Excuse me for dropping my pen/aggressive pointer. In a dolly shot that gradually reveals the scene. The scene, in its appearance as a photograph, later in the film, conflate masochistic desire with redemptive suffering. Anger has described the role of the sailor by saying he was a kind of sex symbol on one level. On another level, there was a great deal of ambivalence and hostility here in the image. Okay. Okay, here we go. So here's how he got the obscenity charge. Raymond Rohauer of the Coronet Theater obtained a copy of the film, which Anger attempted to recover. After screening fireworks on October 11th, 1957, shot in 47, he did this in 57, Rohauer was arrested on obscenity charges. William C. Doran served as prosecutor, and he's... Okay, so this guy, we're gonna start doing some mapping real quick. He is blue. He has a Wikipedia. We're gonna come back to him. That could be crucial. All right, prosecutor with much of his case focusing on the coronet and its homosexual patrons rather than the content of the film. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Alrighty, right there. Doran zeroed in on the sailor with a firecracker, and despite the lack of nudity in fireworks, that's what I was surprised about. You would think it would be, I mean, it was 47, so they would kind of getting into primo McCarthyism here, you would just kind of label things as obscene. Which, by God Almighty, if we're not barreling down that track right now. Let's see. Zeroed in on the sailor with the, okay, alright, referred to it as the penis scene. Rohauer was found guilty in February of 1958 and received a sentence of 3 years probation with a $250 fine. Civil rights attorney Stanley Fleischman appealed the decision of the California Supreme Court, which ruled in favor of Rohauer. The court ruled that homosexuality was a valid subject of artistic expression and that overt reference to it could not be considered obscenity. The ruling became a landmark decision for freedom of speech in the United States. That's interesting. This ruling became a landmark decision for freedom of speech in the United States. Fleischman successfully defended one of Anger's later films, Scorpio Rising, in a similar obscenity trial. So, multiple obscenity trials. Tennessee Williams called fireworks the most exciting use of cinema I've ever seen. He did not know about Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Which is just sad because you wouldn't be saying such things. I'm joking, of course. He didn't get to see When Harry Met Sally. Okay, here we go. William C. Doran, born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Doran moved to California at the age of 12. Law degree, 1906. Oh, he's been there for a while. Law degree, I mean, he was definitely dead. Yeah, 65, age 80. When he died. All right. Oh, wow. Here we go. District Attorney in Los Angeles, 1910 to 1917. Chief Deputy, 1917 to 23. 21, he assisted with the prosecution of Fatty Arbuckle. Whoa, yeah, that guy was crazy. The Virginia rap case. Oh, man, this is murky. Okay. He did. Okay, he played a key role in the Ku Klux Klan raid in Inglewood. Okay. Alright, this is interesting because I believe Kenneth Anger discussed Fatty Arbuckle. Yeah, okay. Yep, Hollywood scandal and heavily sensationalized media at the time. Okay, so that's a really interesting connection because I definitely remember reading Hollywood Babylon. This was absolutely mentioned in it. Okay. Age 30. Okay. Oh, he absolutely did it, but Jesus. All right, yeah, that case in of itself is just absolutely insane. Okay. All right. We can't get into him today, but oh, that's a really crazy overlap there. Really crazy. Let's go back to Kenneth. Okay. I remember Inauguration of the Pleasure Dome. That was one of the first ones I saw. Scorpio Rising is arguably one of her most famous ones. Actually, the jacket he had, I remember for a long time. Okay. Yeah. Important influence on directors like Scorsese, Lynch, and Waters. I get the Lynch and Waters, but Scorsese haven't liked him as interesting. But I feel like Martin Scorsese loves everybody. Not in like a he doesn't know what he likes type thing. But I meant like he's just such like a broad appreciator of anyone who contributes anything to the craft type thing. Okay. Okay. His family was Presbyterian, but he became more interested in the occult. Oh, his parents met at OSU. Okay. Go Bucks, I guess. All right. It gets into here. Fireworks in early career. There's gotta be. Okay, there's this case. Okay. Yeah, you had the Ghost Rider, him and. Okay. Yep, compiled gossip about celebrities, some of which he claimed with no corroboration or citing of sources had been told. That Walt Disney was addicted to opiates is one of the claims. Reflected in the character of Goofy, who's perpetually stoned on cannabis. Goofy is not. That's an insane claim. Because as we all know, Goofy's on uppers. Pay attention. The work was not published initially. Okay. Scorpio Rising and Custom Car Commandos. I hit the whistle hard at the end there. Custom Car Commandos. Scorpio Rising. Okay, once more returned to the US. Where did he go? Alright, employed a biker named Richard McCauley and filmed him and some of his friends messing around, adding to it scenes of McCauley, or Scorpio as he became known, desecrating a derelict church. Anger incorporated more controversial visuals into the piece, including Nazi iconography. Nudity and clips of the life of Jesus Christ taken from the family films of the Living Bible, Last Journey to Jerusalem, images of which Jesus are intercut with those of Scorpio. The film has a soundtrack of popular 1960s songs, including Blue Velvet by Bobby Vinton. Maybe the Lynch connection there. Anger called the film a death mirror held up to American culture. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now living in San Francisco, this could be crucial. Now living in San Francisco, Anger approached the Ford Foundation, which had just started a program of grants to filmmakers. He showed the foundation his ideas for a new artistic short, Custom Car Commandos, KKK, which they approved of, giving him a $10,000 grant. Okay, let's check out the Ford Foundation. Is an American private foundation with the stated goal of advancing human welfare. Here we go. All right. The 3 words that we're going to pay attention to from this article is going to be American Private Foundation. American Private Foundation. Come on. All right, created in 1936 by Edsel Ford and his father, Henry Ford. It was originally funded by a $25,000. By the way, $25,000 translates to $500,000 in 2023, gift from Edsel Ford. By 1947, after the death of the 2 founders, the foundation owned 90% of the non-voting shares of the Ford Motor Company. Okay, dude. This is it right here. This has to be the connection. For many years, the foundation's financial endowment was the largest private endowment in the world. It remains among the wealthiest. Where did this get reported initially? All right. Landis. Bill Landis, Kenneth Anger. Source it. ISBN. Nope. Here we go. Bill Landis, 95. HarperCollins. Okay. We're gonna come back to that. Where are we at on downloading? Hey, we're almost done. Okay. It goes way faster. Bill Landis. Okay, so we got here. It's on eBay. Gotta be. That's so fascinating. How do you get a film? Like, dead serious. Okay, we know about that. I'm keeping the Ford Foundation up. Okay, it says right there. Anger spent much of the money on living expenses and alterations in some of his films, so that by the time he actually created Custom Car Commandos, it was only one scene long. The homoerotic film feed involved various shots of a young man polishing a drag strip racing car, accompanied by a pink background, and the Paris Sisters song Dream Lover. Soon after, Anger struck a deal that allowed Hollywood Babylon to be officially published for the first time in the US, where it proved a success, selling 2 million copies during the 1960s. Around the same time, Anger also translated Lo Duca's History of Eroticism into English for American publication. So if you remember, he wrote Hollywood Babylon in a desperate need of money, stated right up above. And it was unfounded gossip and just kind of hearsay and rumors from Hollywood's golden and silver ages. This makes it all the way to what we're looking at now, which is crazy. I had no idea. Custom Car Commandos, which I'm pretty sure I have it on Blu-ray somewhere. There's like a collection of his films from like the BFI that he put out, like they put out in 2014 or something like that. It was kind of early on. But I was like, the whole time like thinking about it, I was like, how do you get that by the Ford Foundation? Let alone if we get into here, part of a series on progressivism. Oh, we're cooked. The Henry Ford Foundation of progressivism. Just an oxymoron if I've ever heard one in my life. That's insane to me. Reproductive rights. Look at this. Okay. No, okay. So where I got this idea to look this up is the podcast Subliminal Jihad. They do great work. They just put out an episode. Let's replace the SoundCloud widget. Always allow on this side. That's fine. Yep, this one right here.
This program deals with devil worship and satanic beliefs. It contains explicit scenes and descriptions of violent crime.
The gap is caused by basic cultural differences between East and West, not just by...
Dunham had worked under Clifford Geertz for a long time, right?
Yes.
Okay, anyways. This is the episode they put out. Spider Ed. So it's S. Ann Dunham, who I believe is former President Barack Obama's mother. So it's called, the entirety of it is Weaponized Anthropology and the Occulted Origins of Barack Obama. Which is, sorry, I'm not laughing at their content. I'm just laughing. It's a very funny thing to like hear out loud that I think about sometimes. But what's interesting about it, though, was they were talking about the kind of the history of American anthropology and how it sort of kind of has a little bit of a sus taint to it, where it has been influenced by state actors. The concepts of and the education of has been kind of impacted and infiltrated over the years since its inception, and actually before its inception to come about by state influence. Most particularly, obviously, the Central Intelligence Agency, where they were really cooking back in the day. So they explore that, but he mentioned it passively, and he was talking about how they would fund kind of like kind of like overly progressive, and they would get involved with the production of like overly progressive and boundary pushing radical art and stuff like that. And he mentioned Kenneth Anger, and I was like, I had never heard that rumor before in my life. Not rumor, but that claim before. And looking up, and my God, it's right here. Like it's not even research. I'm using Wikipedia. Wikipedia is good. I love Wikipedia. We're going to do some more work with Wikipedia here soon. Working on some couple project ideas where you can generate media and information from it and store it and archive everything. But I can't believe that I just pulled this up and I found right away. Kenneth Anger funded the making of Custom Car Commandos. Like, quite literally, one of the most radical filmmakers in queer cinema funded his film from the Ford Foundation. Funded his film. That's like, what's an example of that today? It's like John Waters saying, I really need to make I need to make Pink Flamingos. I need to get it off the shelves. I need to get it popping. I need that movie to be out in theaters. Alan Dulles, you're my guy. Can we make this happen? Got like the same vibe to it. I don't know. That's crazy. Just insane. Like, this is going to send me down the biggest rabbit hole ever. And then, not to mention, afterwards, Hollywood Babylon being funded. And one of my favorite pieces of history has always been the insane lore behind the, I'm just going to call it mingling of, we're going to call it three-letter agencies and the golden age of Hollywood. Silver Age, even all the way through its early days, golden days, now, but it's the craziest thing to look into, and you can make so many points about how like this film would not have been made without the support of the CIA, and this film would have not been made without the support of the CIA. This film had an impact from having the support of the CIA. The reason this film was able to do this, the reason this film was so successful, the reason this film didn't do XYZ. It's crazy. It's crazy. So to find out they're like him, keep dropping my pointer. Find out that Mr. Anger himself, I mean, rest in peace, I think, for what he did. I think he was crucial in avant-garde experimental filmmaking. But you know who? I'll say this. You know who didn't have CIA ties? I'm going to eat my words here in a second if this proves out to not be true. But I'm pretty sure she's probably going to show up right when I pick underground experimental filmmaker. Yeah. Okay, Laura Mulvey's writing. I thought I could find her. It's Maya Deren, basically. That's who I was thinking of. Who I don't think she. Let me see if that's the case. Maya Deren. Okay. She's really great. So she, an American experimental filmmaker, but she is from. Okay. Yep, the function of film, Deren believed, was to create an experience. Expertise in dance, choreography, ethnography, and the Afrobeat spirit religion of Haitian voodoo. So she is from. Okay, I knew she was Jewish. Okay, born in Kiev. Alright, fled the Ukrainian SSR because of anti-Semitic pogroms perpetrated by the White Volunteer Army, moved to Syracuse, New York. From career. Yeah, lays claim to the honor of being one of the most important pioneers of the American avant-garde experience. Metropolitan Opera. Yeah, she's associated with dance companies and operas and stuff. Okay. On it there for the evening, but I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. So we'll see you next.